statement, and then we'll go ahead and take questions for the Bobcats. Frank, let's go ahead and open the statement.
Yeah, good football game. I thought played by two very good football teams that had a lot of heart, played hard and tough for 4 quarters. Both sides made plays. Proud of our guys. Obviously, some things we could have done better going in. We felt we needed to win the turnover margin, and I'm not sure where it was. Probably pretty close. 3-2. Yeah, and you know, we weren't able to get a ground game going. That hurt us some, obviously, but we were able to get some things done in the throwing game. I thought our defense held us in there at times when they needed to stand up and hold us in there until our offense got some spark and hit a few big plays. You know, special teams, I thought were just okay by us, not what we needed tonight. So some good things, some not so good things. Congratulations certainly to Western Michigan, a very, very good football team, and MAC champs.
Questions for our guests?
Coach, you started at quarterback with Maxwell. You make the change to Wyndham. What prompted that switch, and what did it do for you?
Well, we weren't getting a lot done with Quentin at the helm. You know, he overthrew a couple passes and just didn't seem like he was operating at the level that you know, we needed him to operate at, and so decided to go with Greg, and obviously it ended up being a good decision in terms of Greg responding really very, very well. You know, coming off an injury where he was, I think, close to 100% tonight, which he hasn't been that way for a while.
Tony, can you talk about the defense came up with a couple of big plays in the second half, especially the interceptions? Did you feel that you were shifting the momentum into your corner with those picks, and the offense got in for the touchdowns?
Yeah, I mean, it goes back to the turnover margin. You know, they were up going to the half, and then, I mean, 2 turnovers, like the interceptions by the young guys, you know, that turns it around a lot. So, I mean, they definitely stepped up. I mean, those 2 corners played their hearts out. So, I mean, the young guys played really good, lifted up the team, lifted up the defense. You know, we just fed off the energy.
Did the defense throw anything different at Terrell, or was it just the stuff that you've done all season long?
I mean, we just do what we do, and we do it well. You know, we just make sure that we execute what we're supposed to execute. Coach Burrows does a good job calling the plays, and whatever he calls, we just do it to the best of our ability. So, I mean, it's us doing what we do, you know.
Greg, emotionally, if you benched, get hurt, come back, you have a chance to lead the team, and then ultimately come up short.
Well, can you repeat that one more time?
What's it like emotionally from the point you get benched to finally getting a chance tonight and coming up short?
Yeah, it was a battle mentally. Just starting out the season as a guy, and just leading my team, and we had to switch it up, and I had to just continue to lead my team, and then I get back in Toledo, injure myself, and that was it hurt me a lot because I just felt like I couldn't lead the team at that point. But I always kept my head up high. My teammates always was behind my back 100%, and my coaches were too. And so tonight, I told my coaches and I told my teammates I was gonna give it all I got as soon as I got my chance, and I got my opportunity, and I made the most out of it. And unfortunately, we came up short. Western Michigan, they had a good defense, good coaching staff, and a good game by them.
Jordan, what's it feel like? You guys are right there on the brink, had the ball with nowhere to go, and it doesn't work out in your favor. What's it like to get that close and not get it?
It definitely hurts. This is what we've been working for all season, all fall camp, all summer. And then 12 weeks to get to this point, and that just comes down to us finishing. Point blank, period.
Torn, do you guys take any solace in the fact that you held them under 30 points? It was a one-possession game when they haven't had one of those in 3.5 months, or was that not mean much because the price?
You mean solace is like a
South,
like
an accomplishment,
I mean, I don't know. Every time we step on the field, we step on the field to win. So I mean, it hurts to lose. I mean, we don't take I like a
Consolation.
yeah, like I mean, it's no consolation. You know, we just play to win. I mean, I guess it's an accomplishment, but our ultimate goal is to hold the trophy at the end of the day. But I mean, we played our hearts out. The comeback, you know, nobody gave up. The heart, you know, Greg having to come off the bench and then come in and play like that. It takes a lot of heart to do that, you know, and it shows what our team is made of, and it shows like what we're capable of. So, you know, it's definitely a big accomplishment showing our heart and showing the pride in our team that we take and play in the game.
Greg, you come in and the first pass you connect with right on point to Poppy, had to do a lot for your confidence. What was that like coming in that moment, and where did you take it from there?
Just going to the game, I was already hyped up and ready to go. So at any point in the game, I knew I was going to come in and make something happen, and it happened. And you know, we was rolling after that. You know, we kind of stopped ourselves throughout the game. But other than that, man, you know, that really got us rolling, and the offense started clicking from that point on out.
Greg, I know you prepared like you're going to play. Were you expecting to play tonight?
I'm always expecting to play. No matter what the situation is, no matter if I'm hurt or whatever, my mind is always set to go play, so that's my mindset.
Greg, can you talk about the last pass?
Well, I didn't see the backer, and we drove the ball down the field running seam verticals with the returns, and I thought we was gonna come back to it, but we went with the switch routes, and I seen it too deep, and I read the safety, and I thought I was gonna have my receiver coming across the middle, and good play by that guy. He read my eyes. I did a bad job with my eyes. I locked in right away on him because I thought it was there. So that was a mental mistake on my part, and it cost us the game.
Coach Solich, about Corey Davis, how much does he impact exactly a game plan, and how does he stack up among the receivers that you've seen in your coaching career?
In my coaching career?
Yeah.
Wow. I'm not going to go back through my coaching career to dig up receivers, but he obviously is a great player. There's no question about it. He's got the size, he's got the strength, great receiver, got height. He goes up and gets the ball. He's got speed after the catch, so he's able to get great yardage after the catch. So he's a big time receiver.
Coach, you've talked about how fun it is to coach this team all season. What does it mean coaching this team in the MAC title game? It's something that you guys have strived to do since the beginning of the season.
Yeah. Well, obviously it was great to get here, you know, and as the guys have mentioned, that was a goal of theirs from the beginning, and you know, and they felt they had the talent to be in this game, and so did I, and so they were pretty driven to get some things done. You know, we had a lot of things that happened throughout the course of the year that was somewhat problematic for us, but they kept pressing forward and kept working their way through things and got themselves here and then played well, but obviously we didn't play quite well enough.
Coach, your defense so big early at the 2 turnovers, 1 on offense, 1 on special teams. You hold Western Michigan to 6 points out of that. Take us through how big that was, what it did for your confidence, and how this team was able to hold up under those circumstances.
Yeah, you know, I think our defense forced them to kick maybe 3 field goals right away, and total of 5 in the game, which I don't know if anybody else has done that. You know, obviously our defense has been very strong throughout the course of basically the season, and so they have that potential, and they knew they had to step up and get that done. You know, and our interior line held up pretty well. I was a little worried because Western Michigan in the second half just seems to wear people down, and then the score just gets away from a team that's playing them. So you know there was some concern there that you know that might become a problem. We were banged up in the defensive line a little bit. We had 2 guys that were part of our alternating group in there, and that were somewhat doubtful for this game and didn't practice much, but they did play, and you know that helped us. That helped us. So they did everything they needed to do.
Coach, what do you think of Greg's performance tonight?
I thought it was a great performance. You know, he's as he mentions, he's had a tough year. You know, when you play great and then don't play maybe quite as well and then get injured or play great again then get injured, that's a lot to go through. So I think he handled it all tremendously well. You know, kept a great attitude throughout it and was doing everything he could to help this football team.
Let's take one last one from Evan right here.
Coach, you mentioned about the special teams. Did Louis' missed extra point blunt any momentum you were building after the second touchdown from Greg to
You know, I don't know that was the case. You know, we were still within, at that point in time, one score to take the lead, and so it wasn't devastating to our team. Yeah.
Let's take one last question.
Jordan, you and Greg were in real good sync tonight. You had 2 touchdowns. It seemed like you guys were in a good flow of the game towards the end zone. Were those plays drawn up for you, or was that just the flow of the game on your touchdowns?
It's really just the flow of the game, you know. Greg made a great throw, great read, and I just had to go out there and make a play for him, and he did well.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Okay.
Thank you.